running AI on Kubernetes or running LLMs or models on Kubernetes, whatever you'd like to call it, is becoming increasingly popular because everybody wants to manage their own inference. Now, when I say manage inference, just to be clear, inference is all about the speed, right? So like, for example, I open up Claude and I ask it a question. By the time it routes out, talks to whatever LLM it's talking to, whatever MCP server tools it's talking to, and then routes back, that's your inference speeds, right? And then your inference routing is, oh, I want it to route to this vLLM. I want it to route to this standard LLM, however I want the routing to occur. Now, when you're running LLMs yourself on Kubernetes, it breaks down to a couple of different concepts: llm-d, vLLM, and whatever AI gateway you're using to route traffic. So llm-d is like the engine behind your inference pool. It's what does the auto scaling, it does the performance optimization. It pretty much says what model or pod that's running the model, the vLLM, it should route to based on the load. So if you have 3 pods, 3 vLLMs, and 2 of them are at 95% capacity, well, llm-d will help to say, hey, you should go to the first pod that has 0 resource constraints at the moment. Now, vLLM is what loads your local model. So in this demo, we're going to be using Qwen, right? But it could be Llama, just as an example. And without vLLM, the model would not be able to be loaded into the inference pool. Okay. Now, the inference pool, because we haven't talked about that yet, is literally just a pool of resources. And in this case, it's a pool of models or LLMs that are available. Much like when you have a cluster, and let's say you have 3 servers or 5 servers attached to that cluster, you have resources available: CPU, memory, GPU, and it looks like one because it's all pooled together. Very much like these inference pools. It's a bunch of models that are pooled together that you can access. And the intelligent routing occurs to essentially say, again, let's say I have 3 LLMs running and 2 of them are at 95% capacity. Well, if I try to route to them, inference might be slow. So I'm going to route to the third one with 0 resource constraints. And then last but certainly not least is your AI gateway. And that's what routes to the inference pool, right? So it goes agent to your gateway to, your inference pools and your vLLM backends. Now, the really important thing to remember is without something like llm-d, an inference pool is really just a dumb routing, right? It's just round robining. llm-d does all of the intelligent routing underneath the hood. It's literally the engine to make all this intelligent routing happen based on, again, what load your current inference pool is under. So just to TLDR this, because it's a lot, your AI gateway is what routes to your inference pool, which is your vLLM pods. And those are the available models and resources within your cluster itself. llm-d is what does all the optimization underneath the hood. All right. So with that out of the way, let's actually dive into the demo and spin all this up. All right, now what we're going to be building has Agent Gateway as the AI gateway and kagent as the agent framework or runtime. But underneath the hood, the core of it all is where the inference pool comes into play. Now, we have various pods like pod 1, pod 2, pod 3. I think we're going to be deploying 2 in this case. And then within there, we are deploying vLLM. And that is the serving engine. So as you can see, we have something like maybe Llama or Qwen or Mistral. And what vLLM does is it serves up that model to the inference pool. It's actually how the inference pool knows that it exists in the first place. Otherwise, if we didn't have this whole setup here, it would be no different than like, deploying Llama as a deployment and it has a pod and then maybe we deploy some other LLMs and it's just kind of doing like a round robin, right? So that's not really going to be beneficial for us. But right here, pod 1, pod 2, pod 3, this is the core logic here, okay? So let's go ahead and dive on into it. So this is the architecture, this little mermaid diagram here that shows you the overall flow. You're going to use kagent as the agent runtime or framework. Then you're going to use agent gateway to route traffic to your inference pool. Notice here how xproc is used. So xproc is the gRPC protocol that the EPP speaks, and that's the endpoint picker. That's, llm-d underneath the hood. That's the engine that's doing the magic to say this request should go to this pod with, this vLLM in it, because the other two are at 95% capacity. And then it goes and it decides, again, what pod to hit. All right, so here's a little breakdown of what this all looks like. Now, what I did was I already installed the Kubernetes Gateway API CRDs. I installed the inference extension. I installed Agent Gateway, and I installed kagent. But you can go ahead and, of course, do that on your end as well. So really where we're going to start is this piece right here. All right, now I'm already in the proper directory here, and then I'm going to apply the namespace manifest. All right, and then after that, we're going to deploy the vLLM model servers. All right, so let me go ahead and pop that open here. I got a bunch of comments in here just because there's a lot of really great notes in here. All right, so this config tells vLLM which models to load and serve. Now notice the vLLM image I'm using here works with AMD and Intel architectures. And if I scroll down here, we can see the model that I'm pulling down, which is a Qwen 5 billion parameter model. So big enough where you could do stuff with it, small enough where if you don't have, $1 million Kubernetes cluster, it'll work just fine here. Okay, so let's go ahead and run our model server, or deploy our model server rather. Now you're gonna notice it's gonna take a little bit because it has to pull down the container image and stuff. So it'll probably take about 45, 60 seconds or so to get up and running. One thing I should actually mention here, let me go ahead and scroll up, are the overall prerequisites, okay? Now, this is the type of cluster that I'm running here. It's a little bit beefy. It's an k8s cluster, and it can, of course, get expensive with these specs, so definitely ensure to shut it down once you're done with this lab here. All right, that took about 3 minutes here, a little bit longer than expected, but that's all right. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to deploy our inference pool. And the way that we're going to do that is actually via a Helm chart, right? So it's deployed via Helm chart. We don't have to worry about any like standalone YAML manifest or anything like that. And that's because it'll couple these two resources, the inference pool CRD instance and the endpoint pickers deployment and service. Now notice this label here. This is a very, very important label. If I head back over here and scroll up here on line 19, you'll see this is how the inference pool knows how to select the pod by using this label. All right, so it uses this label to know exactly what pods to put into the inference pool. All right, so let me go ahead and deploy that here. I'm going to put these environment variables in play. This gateway provider here, this is just because if you want, you can specify a gateway that you want as part of your Helm install, but we already have Agent Gateway installed, so I don't need to do that. All right, we're going to go ahead. We're going to install the Helm chart. Give that a few seconds here, and then we'll just make sure that the inference pool was in fact created. All right, there it is. And then we'll check that the endpoint picker pod is coming up here. All right, boom, it's up and running. Perfect. All right, now the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to deploy this inference objective object, all right? And what this does is it's the pointer to the inference pool, all right? This is how the Gateway API inference extensions knows what to route to, all right? In this case, it's routing to our llm-d pool inference pool. All right, perfect. We can go ahead, make sure this was created. All right. Now let me scroll down a little bit more. Okay, now we have two more resources that we want to deploy, our gateway and HTTP route and kagent itself. Or sorry, not kagent, but the objects that we're going to be using, which is the model config and the agent config. All right, so let me go ahead and pull this up here. I'll show you what this looks like. Pretty basic gateway, just pointing to port 80, all right, using the Agent Gateway class. And then our route, again, we have no target refs or anything like that. It's literally just pointing to root, all right? Now, the big important piece here, of course, is the backend reference, which is pointing to our llm-d pool inference pool. All right, let me go ahead and run that. And then we're going to need something very, very important from there, which is going to be, oh, actually, we're going to go to the llm-d pool, or I think it's workshop. Okay, so this IP address here, this is what we're going to put into our model config. So let me go ahead and open that up, right? Now our model config is how our agent knows what LLM to use, okay? So in this case here, I'm just going to replace this. Again, a couple of different comments in here. So the OpenAI SDK requires an API key to be pulled in as a secret. I literally just put not needed because it's literally not needed. You are utilizing a Quen model that's running locally. So like you don't need to authenticate or anything to it. It's running locally on your cluster. Now our model config here, a couple of important notes, right? Number one, it's using the OpenAI API compatible format, and it must match the model name that's in the vLLM server, right? So the model name that was brought down via the vLLM configuration for the model server, which you can see here, it has to match what's in the model config, okay? And this is just so our traffic goes through agent gateway. And then our agent here, very basic agent, but just note that the model config matches up with the model config we're creating here. Right, so let me go ahead and apply this. All right, and we'll go ahead, we'll give this a few moments here, because what we want to do is we want to run kubectl get service, namespace kagent, okay? And you see this IP address here. We want to pull that. We want to head over to our UI. We want to open this up here, all right? And we have kagent installed. And notice we also have the inference agent, all right? So notice here, I already tested a bunch of stuff. Thank you long-term memory on kagent, because even though I deleted the agent, we can still see it here due to long-term memory. All right, so I'm gonna say, what can you do? All right, this is gonna think for a couple seconds here. Okay, and we can see that we got a response. So now what we want to do is we want to run kubectl get pods namespace llm-d workshop. And what I want to do is I want to take this, I want to say kubectl logs namespace llm-d workshop, and we can see that our request did go through our gateway. And that's the full setup. That's the configuration. We did our gateway setup and our HTTP route. We did our kagent configuration to ensure that we had an agent set up with the proper model config. We had our model server here, which again, remember, this is for vLLM, and this pulls down the model that we're going to use in our inference pool. And then of course, our inference objective that is the pointer for our inference pool. And then of course, we deployed the Helm chart here. If I scroll up for our inference pool, this is running the Helm chart. This isn't just, a standard Kubernetes YAML, because we wanted it to be packaged with the CRD and with the endpoint picker. And that's how you can not only deploy models locally on your Kubernetes cluster, but ensure that you're doing the full inference routing with agent gateway, with your model server, with your inference objects, and of course, your inference pool. Now, one thing I think I did forget to mention, one of the analogies that I like is your inference pool is almost like a cluster. So when you have a cluster, like a Kubernetes cluster, for example, maybe you have 3 pools, maybe you have 3 nodes, maybe you have 5 nodes, whatever it is, but each of those nodes have CPU, memory, maybe GPU. And when a resource looks at your environment, it's not seeing, oh, this node here, this node here. You can point to specific nodes, of course, via your node selectors, but overall, what the resource is seeing is a pool of CPU and memory and GPU that's available throughout the cluster, but it kind of almost looks and acts like one. So if you have 5 servers, doesn't matter, there's still a pool of resources that are available to whatever's running in that Kubernetes cluster. Just like with your inference pool, there is a pool of LLMs that are available for your inference. So again, if you got 3 pods running, 2 of them are at 95% capacity because somebody's hammering away at them on their agent, the other pod is readily available for somebody to route to. That way they have quick and responsive inference.